This is the view this morning from my tent. Today is the 20th of February, 2024. I will start my second full day of hiking on the Appalachian Trail. I'm using this setup for my breakfast this morning. Nobody else is right here. This is the bear box where you secure your food at night so the bears can't get in. I boiled my water in the pot. Made myself some oatmeal. I know it's going to be hard for you guys to see the elevation of this hill, but all I can say is, oh my God, I'm dying. Well, there's one great thing about starting out this hike prior to springtime and leaves being on the trees, is that you can actually get a view. Because once all these trees are filled with leaves, you won't get a view like this. I'm not sure what mountain I'm on, but I'm above Hightower Gap. And it just keeps going. Up and up and up. So I started in the south and I'm heading north. So I'm wondering if I started in the north and headed south, would this be all downhill? Okay, yeah, just a thought. I'm still exhausted. So it is 20 February. This is my second full day on trail. I'm trying to make it down to Woody Gap so I can catch the shuttle to the hostel. There are some supplies I definitely did not pack enough of, and I really cannot stay out here any longer without some of those resupplies. So, and it's not food. I do have enough food for one more day. I mean today and then one more day. So I timed or planned that perfect with my 4-day food supply. But there are other parts of Mother Nature that call, other than feeding oneself with food. And let's just say exercising must get different body parts working more than they do when you're not exercising this much. So I must go get some resupplies. While at the hostel, I'll probably go ahead and get laundry done, take a shower, and get ready to pack up, see where my next big stop will be. I look forward to going through Neal's Gap. They say there's an outfitter place. Literally, the trail goes right between the store and their shelter. So that'd be kind of neat to see. But it's another beautiful day. Temperatures are in the 40s, mid 40s right now. I had to shuttle later after the first half mile. So just moving along. The trail's not too bad. The hills are still kicking my backside. But when it's sort of level like this or going down, it's not too bad for me. I'm not feeling super sore this morning. Did a lot of stretching last night, took a couple Motrin, used my massage ball. I did a bunch more stretching this morning, used the massage ball again, ate my breakfast, and then I went ahead and stretched out some more before putting my pack on and heading out. All right, starting downhill, heading down into Horse Gap. I wish I could figure out how to make this a better video. Whoa, video for y'all to see me. God, at that point, fall on my face, but to see steep going up and a little bit steep going down. So I rely very heavily on my trekking poles. I'm so glad I have them. I've seen several hikers go by. They don't use poles. Good on them. They definitely have better balance and much stronger legs. And hopefully lighter packs. So there we again, just continuing on down, hoping I don't lose my footing while I'm talking to y'all. But the sun is gone behind the clouds. So not much sunshine today. We're talking possibly rain Thursday afternoon, thunderstorms overnight, Thursday into Friday, and then the rain possibly letting up by noon on Friday. So have to see what that brings. I have never used this tent in the rain since I traded in my tent for this one. I'm not sure how this one will work in the rain. I knew how mine worked. My fear is this one is going to flood in because I may not be setting it up properly. Last night I pitched it a little better, but I have a lot of practicing to do to make sure I have it pitched it correctly so the rain won't come in. Whew. So I can see a bit of a surface road down there. Maybe that's the little gap I'm coming into. Maybe that'll be Horse Gap. I'm not sure if you can see it through the trees. A little bit of brown down there. But that looks like a service road. I've made it to Horse Gap. It was right down that way. But now I have 3.7 miles to get to Justin's Water Hole or Water Creek or Justin something anyway. But back up the hill I go. Still following that white blaze. Got, still almost 2,200 miles to go. Still climbing. I really thought I was hiking the AT, not climbing Mount Everest. Holy cow. At least the good part is I don't have to scale up there. We get to walk around it. But the elevation, don't know, but the steepness of the hill. Whew. I'll get there. But man, I'm feeling it. But you know what? It's a good kind of hurt, if that makes sense. It's a good kind of hurt. Wonder if I set this down on a rock and have it point up the hill, if you'll be able to get a better idea of the steepness. I don't know. Is that going to work? But that's where I'm going up. I don't know if it worked or not, because I'm not going to bend that low to look at it, because I won't get up again. I'm making it. This is the view from where I was just trying to show you the elevation with my phone on that rock. But this is the view from up here. Again, great time of year to be hiking, so I can see through those trees. So I thought that point back there would have been the summit of the mountain, but it is not. The good news is I continue to hike uphill, but this is a much more gradual hike or elevation gain. It's still exhausting, but I am thankful for the less steep climb right now. I'll have to look at my map when I get my pack off and see exactly what the height is of this place. I'm waiting to see airplanes go by and that I can just wave in the window at all the passengers. That's about how high I feel I am up here. But I may have reached the really uneventful summit because I have now started downhill. So I'm starting to descend. So maybe I've made it up over that bad butt mountain. I'll try to keep this nice and clean. And heading on down the other side. Of course, you know that kills your knees going downhill. So we'll see how all this goes. But yeehaw! I believe I made it to the summit and I'm on my way down the other side. This should be, if I remember the ranger at the visitor center correctly, this should be the hardest mountain in Georgia going northbound. So hopefully that holds true. And I'll be so ecstatic if it is and that I made it. Alright, I've made it to Cooper Gap. That High Tower Gap area back there is 3.5 miles away. That's where I've already come from. Coming down here. Oh, I see some cars pulling up. So, yep, some activity going on down here. Whew. Already stopped, had a little bit of lunch. And now I am headed from I don't even know the name of the place I was at though. But anyway, the gap I was at. Now I'm headed to Gooch Mountain, which is 4 miles away. So not too bad of a trail. Again, sometimes it can be deceiving. The leaves are covering up different roots, little branches that might even be sticking up through the ground. But I'm so excited I made it up and over Sassafras Mountain. I just can't believe I'm just ecstatic I made it that far up and over it today. So I don't think this climb is as steep from what one gentleman was telling me. The elevation gain is not anywhere near what it was at Sassafras. So, but this is some of the view. And I'm still breathing heavy, yes. As soon as I start up a hill, I'm breathing like crazy. But there you have it. Catch up with you in a little bit. This part of the trail has been fairly nice on the feet. Not too many rocks, not a lot of roots. My feet are very thankful right now for that break. But just hasn't been too bad this since leaving lunch. So follow the little white blaze. Follow the little white blaze. Follow, oh follow. Oh follow, oh follow. Oh follow the little white blaze. Oh, I'm off to Mount Katahdin, my final destination. I continue to make my way towards Gooch Mountain Shelter area. See how I feel when I get there. The gap is right near it. So I'll see how I feel when I get to that gap. If I don't think I can make it to Woody Gap, I already talked to the hostel. They said they'd be able to pick me up at the Gooch Mountain Gap if need be. I just need to let them know what my intentions are once I get to the Gooch Mountain Gap. So, pretty quiet along the trail right now. I do the majority of the hiking by myself. There is a group of 3 that they took a longer lunch, but I'm sure they'll catch up to me at some point. Each day, if I take off before them, they always catch up and pass me. We normally end up at the same shelters, mind you, but they just get there a lot sooner. So, another gorgeous day right now. The sun has come out, which is nice. There's a little bit of a breeze, but it's all is good. All is going great. I'm just so excited. I've even made it this far. I know it sounds crazy, but I am. You know, it's one thing to hike around my hometown area, or, you know, hike around where I'm from. Not my hometown, but from where I'm from. Hike around that area. And then at night be back home in my own house, if you will. The privacy of your home and everything readily available for you. So out here, the first night was definitely the coldest. That wind chill down the 14. Even though I stayed plenty warm once I wrapped myself up like a cocoon in a cocoon. Last night was even better. I mean, it got down to 26, but there wasn't a wind. So it was really a beautiful, beautiful evening. I firmly believe I'm going to be in bed around 7 kind of person. And then up maybe 6:30. See how that goes. I felt great being in bed by 7 and not getting up and really doing anything until almost 7 the next morning. So that was really good. I'm continue to make my way on down. It feels like I'm descending now down this little mountain I went over. Maybe that's Gooch Mountain, just not sure. And I'm hoping, I see this tree up here. Can't see the trail yet. I'm sure hoping that the tree is not laying across the trail. Oh, thank you, Lord. There we go. It is not laying across the trail. Gotta love it. There has not been a water source since prior to Sassafras Mountain, I can hear a stream down there. So I know I must be getting close to Justin's water. It'll be nice to fill up my bottles and feel better about knowing I can drink as much as I want and not be worried about running out of water. So I'm not quite sure. I do see a stream down there. I'm just not quite sure I can pick it up with my phone. Nah. My phone isn't that great. Let's see if I can zoom in. Is there any chance you can see it down there? I think you can see it now. A little bit of a stream, but yeah. So there's a couple blowdowns over the trail ahead of me. Let me zoom back out here. Right there. So over or under, either way, got to get around them. So I'll let you know how it turns out. Turned out pretty easy. All I did was step over the lower parts of them. That was it. So it made it nice. And this is a stream I have to cross over. We'll see how that goes. Just looking up it. And then right around back down it. Fill my water bottles. Winding my way along through a little bit of a green tunnel here. Nice soft terrain underneath me, so this is a welcome change. The 3 logs that I thought I was going to have to climb over, they were not blowdowns. They were actually placed there to deter Appalachian Trail hikers from going down that path. I had to turn right, which led me down to that creek I had to cross over. I was able to cross it without any problems, so I'm not sure if that constitutes my first creek crossing, but I'm going to count it as such. And so I'm just continuing on in this green tunnel. Still pretty winded. Here's the next stream crossing. How beautiful that is. Absolutely beautiful. And hopefully I don't find myself sitting in it. I passed Gooch Mountain Shelter and now I'm heading towards Gooch Gap, 1.1 miles. It's already after 2 o'clock. I just don't see myself making it to Woody Gap. That would be another 4 miles after Gooch Gap. These hills definitely taking a toll on me. My right knee is getting rather sore. So instead of pushing it, I'm going to ask the shuttle to pick me up at Gooch Gap, take me back to the hostel, see what it feels like in the morning. But I may ask them to let me slack pack, which means I borrow a small backpack from them. They drop me back at Gooch Gap in the morning, and then I slack pack hike to Woody Gap, where they pick me up and I spend another night at the hostel. Just have to wait and see how my knees feel, but my right one is really starting to bother me. As you can tell, I'm still climbing and I'm still exhausted. Well, I'm coming down into Gooch Gap and I'm going to ask the shuttle to pick me up there. I don't know what's going on, but I'm having a few issues with my right knee. I have one pinpoint spot that's bothering me. So I figure instead of pushing it another 3.7 miles, get back to the hostel, pop some Motrin in me, get a good meal, get a shower, maybe wash my clothes, I'll see. But I think the more I think about it, the more I'm just going to do a slack packing tomorrow, that 3.7 miles, and then take a rest of the day off. That would be called a Nero, where it's a near zero day. So I think that's what I might do. And then I'll pick up again on the Thursday, the whatever date that will be. I've lost track of time already. But pick up on Thursday with a full day hiking again. But yeah, I'm just find myself limping a little bit, and I don't want to start throwing my back off by compensating for the soreness in that right knee. So out for now. So when you first come in, you have the room here that you put all your bags, all your clothes, shoes, whatever needs to be put in there. Each person has their own little locker, if you want to call it that. And here you gotta have a refrigerator, freezer. You have goods in here, ice creams up in the top there. You have different refrigerated goods down there. All nicely stocked. And then if you felt like you wanted to cook something, so they have all different foods, pizzas, pizzas. And then they have a bunch of different snacks over here. So they just ordered our barbecue at a local restaurant, resupply items, any resupply items you might need. So you load up on all of that. And your drinks, everything. Excuse me. But it's a wonderful, wonderful hostel. This has been so nice. I could get used to this. Nice kitchen. Kitchen area. And go into the dining room area. And then into the living room. Hey. Hi! From the dining room, walk back into here. I got out the window. And then there's a couple of bunks down this little alleyway there. There's the slack packs. I used the blue one today. That's what I used when I went out. Over here are some racks. That's mine on the bottom down there. And then a couple more on the top over this way. Come on through. You've got a sink. And over here the laundry room, which is awesome. We just put our clothes in these bags. And then we'll go ahead and get your clothes washed while you're sleeping tonight. Start them tonight, get them all washed. They have loaner clothes over there in the corner. Some more racks back here, or bunks, if you want to call them. And then the showers. A nice shower, nice bathroom. The shower felt great. Oh my glory, did that ever feel good. Today I'm doing a slack pack day, which means I leave my main pack at a hostel and then I use one of their day packs. I'm hiking north to south today from Jarrard Gap down to Gooch Gap. I was picked up at Gooch Gap last night. I had an issue with my knees after coming down off Sassafras Mountain, and I really didn't want to push any further and chance hurting them to put me down for 2 days. So I went on into the hostel last night. Today I'm only hiking about 9.7 miles. Go back to the hostel, and then tomorrow I'll pick up from Jarrard Gap and head towards Neil Gap and just see what it holds. We are expecting rain tomorrow evening with a thunder showers. So I'll just see what shelters are available maybe at that point, or tenting right next to a shelter. But this is it today. Beautiful view out there. Once again, the sun is shining. Crisp air. And that's the mountain view we have. Again, I'm right now very appreciative of no leaves on the trees. So I get to see something more than just green leaves, tree trunks. Kat and Carla, met them at the hostel. They happen to be going the same direction I am, only they will continue on. They are actually just doing the whole state of Georgia. So they'll finish that up tomorrow. That's about everything from this end here. I hope you all are doing great. My knees don't feel too bad, but I know just hiking almost 10 today with a lighter pack is going to be a huge help for when I start out with my heavier pack tomorrow. Beautiful view. Gosh, thank you, Lord, for another beautiful day. So I just passed Marilyn, and her dog, heading north, attempting a through hike. The dog's name is Seneca. She was a cutie, had her little pack on and everything. That was pretty cute. But again, I just can't get over what a beautiful day it is. And this slack packing is awesome. So, just taking it nice and easy. And not a bad trail at all this morning. Not too many rocks, roots. Just been overall a really nice trail. Nice and steady. Part of me wishes I could have pushed through to Woody Gap last night and then maybe stealth camped and then continued on, but it just didn't have it in me. But those are the parts of the hike you just have to get used to. Don't get so set in my mind that I have to get from point A to point B in one day. Just kind of roll with the punches. Sometimes that can be a little hard for me when I have a goal set in my mind and I can't attain it. That I just don't want to get down on myself about that. Hey, take care of the body. Because if I don't take care of it now, it's not going to make it all the way through. So take care of it now so that I can finish the race that I have begun.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you my 2024 Appalachian Trail through hike partner, the Minion. Yes, this Minion will be going with me the entire. Thank you, Ed, for allowing me to take a part of you along on this hike.
So I'm heading south right now, but when I turn around and look north, there you go, Woody Gap, Jarrard Gap, Neal's Gap, Blood Mountain, gives you all the mileage right there. And then here I would have been entering the Blood Mountain Wilderness if I was heading north, but since I came south, I was already in it. Okay, just look at the car over there. This is what they have, the Trail Magic. They have goodies out the back end and they hand them out to the hikers. They take your trash for you. So this is my first Trail Magic. So I'll just try to give a bit of a recap. So I left Amicalola Falls on the 18th, Sunday the 18th in the afternoon, made it to Springer Mountain Shelter. From Springer Mountain Shelter, I made it to, where did I make it the next night? Hawk Mountain Shelter. So Hawk Mountain Shelter down to Gooch Gap. And then today I did a slack pack from Jarrard Gap on back to Gooch Gap. So I went from north to south today. So it was kind of neat to pass a couple of the folks who were on the same speed I was heading north the other 2 days. Tomorrow I'll pick up at Jarrard Gap and head up over Blood Mountain into Neal's Gap. See, I believe I'm going to have them do a shakedown for me. My weight when I have 4 days of food and 2 liters of water, my weight's still at 31 pounds. I was hoping to get it below 30, but it's just not happening. So is there anything else I could get rid of? So far I've used everything in there, but I'm not sure. Maybe, I mean, the pack by itself without anything in it weighs 4.5 pounds. Maybe they have a better idea for me. So I figured it's worth looking into or asking about. And then just kind of play it by ear. It's supposed to be a thunderstorm Thursday night into Friday morning, so I'll see what that brings. But everything's going wonderful so far. I'm loving this. It's painful. My feet, my knees are really taking a toll on my knees, but my feet, today is the first time my feet have felt tired, really tired. Folks, Lucky is an amazing man. They just have a super crew here who's keeping us well fed and rested for the night. So it's great to get the clothes washed and take a nice warm shower. And I've only been on the trail like 3 days. I'm already thinking of that and wanting it. But that's about it for now. I hope you all enjoy. Please, comments, just keep them nice. I am not a vlogger. I am not a blogger by any means. But I just doing the best I can. I'm on a hike and I'm not doing this for any photo session or anything like that. I just want to go out and see if I can make it from Springer Mountain to Mount Katahdin up in Maine. 14 states, 2,200 miles. Isn't this beautiful behind me? Oh, it's so lovely. Talk to you later.